Hello students, in last video we have seen characteristic of phylum Porifera, then phylum Coelenterata, phylum Ctenophora, phylum Platyhelminthes and phylum Aschelminthes. Now in today's video we will study the characteristic of phylum Annelida, phylum Arthropoda, phylum Molluska, phylum Quinodermeta and phylum Hemichorda. So these five phylums we'll study today. Now let us begin with the phylum Annelida. So here are the characteristics. Now Annelida means in Latin annulus means little ring. Okay, so anne means annulus means little ring. So those organisms on having little rings on their body surface, they are called as they are grouped under phylum Annelida. Okay. This an organism may be aquatic, they may be marine and freshwater, or they may be terrestrial also. Some are terrestrial, free living and sometimes parasitic. Parasitic, for example, leech. You must have observed that this leech on the cows, those are um, feeding on the paddy fields. You will find this particular leech. They are very common in paddy fields and they suck the bloods of the cows. They exhibit organ system level of body organization and bilateral symmetry. They are triploblastic, metamerically segmented, and coelomate animals. Now their body surface is distinctly marked into segments, and these segments are called as the metamers. They are also called as metamers. Okay, so that's why they are called as the metamerically segmented. They possess longitudinal and circular muscles which helps in locomotion. Locomotion means movement of the organism. Now, aquatic annelids like Nereis possess lateral appendages which helps called as the parapodia which helps in swimming. Okay, so Nereis possess lateral appendages which helps in swimming. It is called as the parapodia which helps in swimming. A closed circulatory system is present. Nephridia, singular nephridiums, helps in osmoregulation and excretion. Now this is the nephritic tubules which helps in osmoregulation and excretion. Neural system consists of paired ganglia, singular ganglion, connected by lateral nerves to a double ventral nerve cord. Okay. Now this is the nerve cord you can see, and to this a pair of ganglia is connected to the nerve cord. Now this is the ganglia. Nares is an aquatic form and is a dioecious, that is male and female are separate. But in this phylum there are some organisms which are monoecious such as earthworm and leech, that is they possess both male and female reproductive organ in the same body. So reproduction is sexual. Now next phylum is phylum Arthropoda. Now, arthros means joint and poda means appendages. So, those organisms have jointed appendages. They are grouped under phylum Arthropoda. This is the largest phylum of Animalia which includes insect. Okay. This is the largest phylum of kingdom Animalia which includes insect. They have organ system level of organization. They are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, segmented, and coelomate animals. The body of arthropods is covered by chitinous exoskeleton. Now you can see here, this is the chitinous exoskeleton. The covering, even you must have observed in prawns, the outer covering the shells. We call it as it is made up of chitinous exoskeleton. Chitin. It is made up of chitin. The body consists of head, thorax, and abdomen region. Okay, so the body is divided into three parts: the head portion, thorax region, and the abdomen. They have jointed appendages. Respiratory organs are gills, book gills. These are called as the book gills in horseshoe crab. Book lungs. Here, these are the book lungs or tracheal system. Circulatory system is of open type. Now, sensory organs like antennae. Here you can see they have antennae present. Then eyes may be compound or simple. They have stetocysts, which are also called as the balance organs, are present. Excretion take place through Malpighian tubules. Now you can see this is the digestive system of cockroach, and you can see here these are the Malpighian tubules. So excretion take place through these Malpighian tubules. They are mostly dioecious. Fertilization is usually internal. They are mostly oviparous. That means they lay egg, and development may be direct or indirect. Now these are the some example of economically important insect. Now this is the honeybee, which helps in pollination. This is the silkworm, which produces silk, and these are the laccifer or leg insect, which exude or which produces resin-like structure on the bark of the tree, and you will find this insect present inside, and they produces resin-like structure which is commercially used to make various products. So these are the economically important insect. Now we have also vectors in this phylum Atropoda. So the vectors are the mosquitoes, which causes diseases like malaria. This is the Aedes mosquito, this is Culex mosquito, and this is the Anopheles mosquito. These are some examples. Then we also have a pest known as the gregarious pest, Locusta. Now you can see this is the attack of Locusta, which feeds on the trees or the plants, herbaceous plant, and this is the enlarged image of the Locusta. Now recently you must have observed or you must have heard in the newspaper, TV channels that there was an attack of this particular species in the month of February 2020. Now next phylum is Phylum Molluska. This is the second largest animal phylum. Mollusks are terrestrial or aquatic. Aquatic, both they are marine or freshwater, having organ system level of organization. They are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic, and coelomate animals. Body is covered by a calcareous shell and is unsegmented with a distinct head, muscular foot, and visceral hump. Now you can see here this is the calcareous shell. It is a deposit of calcium. It is the body is covered by calcareous shell. Inside this we will find the mass, soft or the spongy layer of mass. A soft and spongy layer of skin forms a mantle over the visceral hump. Now this is the mantle region, green color, and this is the visceral hump. The space between the hump and the mantle is called the mantle cavity. The space between the visceral and mantle is called as the mantle cavity, in which feather-like gills are present. You can see these are the feather-like gills are present between the cavity. They have respiratory and excretory functions. The anterior head region has sensory tentacles. Now you can see here, these are the sensory tentacles. The mouth contains a file-like rasping organ for feeding called as the radula. Now this is the radula structure. They are usually dioecious and oviparous with indirect development. Now here are some examples of phylum mollusk. This is the pila or apple snail. This is pink teda or pearl oyster. This is sepia or cuttlefish. This is loligo or squid. Octopus, also known as devilfish. Then aplysia, sea hare. Dentalium, tuck shell. And Chetoplera, chiton. Now we can see, now this structure is called as the operculum, which opens and the whole body of uh, this particular pila comes out. Now you can see here in the tuck shell, so this is the protective covering, and you can see uh, the body of the organism coming out from this shell. Now next phylum is the Quinodermeta. In Greek, kinos means spiny and dermos means skin. So those organisms possessing spiny skin, they are called as the Quinodermeta. These animals have an endoskeleton of calcareous ossicle. So when they did dry, you'll find that this organism becomes very hard. That is because of the deposition of calcium. Now you must have observed this starfish. Commonly we get this on the seashore. Okay, so when they are live, when they are live and when we touch, they are very soft. But when they die, it becomes very hard. All are marine with organ system level of organization. The adult echinoderms are radially symmetrical, but larvae are bilaterally symmetrical. So here both radial and bilateral symmetry is found. So adult one is radial symmetrical. So passing through the center, if you cut, you will get equal half in any plane. They are triploblastic and coelomate animal. Digestive system is complete with mouth on the lower. So here the mouth is present on the ventral side, that is the lower side, and anus on the upper side or the dorsal side. Now this is the dorsal side, and below this is the ventral side. The most distinctive feature of echinoderms is the presence of water vascular system, which helps in locomotion, capture and transport of food and respiration. So here the locomotion and the capture and transport of food take place through the water vascular system, because they have tube feed like structure through which the water enters and also supplies the food. An excretory system is absent. Sexes are separate, that is male and female separate. Reproduction sexual. Fertilization usually external. Development is indirect with free swimming larva. So here larval stage and adult stage is present. Now next phylum is phylum Hemichorda, and from Greek the meaning of this word is hemi means half and chordae means string. Okay, so those organisms having chordae string, that is the at some stage, or the chorda or the notochord is present at some part of the body. That's why they are called as the hemichordata. Hemi means they are half chordates and half non-chordates. This phylum consists of a small group of worm-like marine animals with organ system level of organization. They are bilaterally symmetrical, triploblastic and coelomate animals. The body is cylindrical and is composed of anterior proboscis, collar and long trunk. Circulatory system is of open type. Respiration takes place through gills. Excretory organ is proboscis gland. Sexes are separate. Fertilization is external and development is indirect. So these are the examples of phylum Hemichordata. This is the Balanoglossus and this is the Secoglossus. These are the two examples of phylum Hemichordata. So hemi means half, chordate. So they possess some possess half chord. That is the notochord. So that's why they are called as the hemichordate. So today we have studied characteristic of phylum Annelida, Phylum Atropoda, Phylum Molluska, Phylum Quinodermeta, and Phylum Hemichordata. Thank you, students.